If you want to know how to buy a house with no money down, stay tuned and watch this video. We're going to be doing a special interview with Troy Smith from Pinnacle Bank. He's a mortgage advisor there, and he's going to be telling you how you can qualify for this 100% financing loan, where it qualifies at in Metro Atlanta. And I'll go ahead and tell you that it's Cobb, Fulton, DeKalb, and Gwinnett. So if you live in one of those counties and you meet the income requirements, low to moderate income, you can qualify for this loan. Stay tuned. Hey friends, welcome back to the channel. Today we have a very special guest. I am very happy to present to you Mr. Troy Smith out of Nashville. And he's originally from Knoxville, but I'm going to let him get into his story. He has an amazing program. He works for Pinnacle Bank, and I think this program is going to help a lot of people, and I can't wait for him to share the information with you guys. So without further ado, let's go ahead and hop into it. Troy, how you doing today?
Hello, Carlton, Mr. Lewis. Thanks so much for inviting me, man. I'm excited about being here. I've been watching your channel ever since you asked me to be on, so I've been stalking it a little bit to see what you got going, man. So you got some big things happening yourself. So thanks.
I appreciate it, man. And I want to, I care about my viewers and, my sphere of influence. And as I was talking to you earlier, I really want to get this program and some of the other programs that you have. Troy has a remarkable 100% financing program available at his bank, and we're going to get into that. But he's also really big into the community. He's a family man. And I want you to talk about and start off telling them, why did you get into banking?
Well, I got into banking because I always wanted to see what it's like to wear a suit every day. And now it's interesting. I don't even wear suits every day now, so it's interesting that's even happening. But I got into mortgage though because I wanted more freedom of time or more accessibility to the time. Because when you work behind the desk a lot, you don't really have a lot of option to get away from the desk. When you're thinking about home, when you're at home, you think about work. When you're at work, you're thinking about home. Right. And one place besides entrepreneurship, owning your own business, the next closest thing to being able to have freedom of time has been in a sales position, a commission job, as you would understand with being a real estate agent. So it allows me to do things. Now it is feast or famine. You don't make the money, you don't eat. And if you do make money, you do eat. But it just gave me freedom of time. That's why I got into mortgage though.
Okay, gotcha. And outside of mortgage, I remember you telling me you had been in for about 15 years, something like that. Been in the banking industry.
The banking industry in general for 15 total. Okay. I started out in the beginning as just a regular on the banker side. When you come into the office and you see or the branch, see someone at the desk. What's interesting though? So I'm born and raised in Knoxville, Tennessee, and I've never seen an African American work in the bank besides being a teller. Before I got into banking, every time I went to a bank, I always seen someone that looked like me on the other side of that desk. But if you were in the branch and you were African American or any other minority in general, you'll be at the teller row. So when I got married and got married to my wife in 2008, moved to Memphis after I got out of grad school, I actually got into the subprime lending area of Wells Fargo Financial. It's more subprime lending, and I never seen the fact of someone behind that desk. So when I got to Memphis, I seen that my manager was black, my regional manager was black, the district manager was black. And you start seeing that, it is possible. So I always wanted to get into the banking side of things. I got my first start at Regions, and I was able to see that, be that guy come to work with a suit on and suit and tie and sit at the desk side. And I wasn't behind the teller part. No disrespect to the tellers. They're the most important people at the branch. But that's all I seen if you were black was being a teller. So being to see a business, be an individual that's had that suit and tie on every day on the desk side was one of my big goals. And I got to see that and be a part of that. And so I got into being a banker, became a licensed banker where I had my Series 6 and 63, where you got your investments. So I got in the private bank after that. And then after private bank, I got into mortgage. So in all total 15 years.
Okay. So you were definitely well qualified, I see. And so let's go ahead and segue into, what the people really want to know about. And they want to know about this 100% financing. And what does that mean? Does that mean no down payment they'll have to come up with? Or how does that program work? How does one qualify for that program?
All right. So the low to moderate income borrower, it's been the banks are really trying to get to that to show that home ownership is a possibility for everyone, right? Sometimes you think if you don't know any better, you think you got to have this type of money or that type of money or this type of credit to get there, and where it can be unreachable, unattainable for individuals may not have the money or the credit to do things, right? So oftentimes people automatically go to the government type financing. And when you go into the government type financing as a real estate agent, if you see someone with a pre-qualification from FHA, for example, or USDA or any type of government program, those individuals might look at that and say, "Ooh, it might be tougher. The credit might be, maybe an issue. The client may not be able to qualify to be able to do certain things." So we got a program called the Pinnacle 100, which it means it's 100% loan, but it's conventional. It's actually a traditional conventional loan where you see that as a real estate agent, see that on paper. No one's discriminating, but they see it on paper. They say, "Oh, he's conventional. She's conventional." It's a conventional borrower. That means their credit may be here. They may have stronger possibility of ownership. And so what we want to do is make sure it's attainable for everyone. So that Pinnacle 100 allows individuals to be able to get a loan at 100%. That's a bank loan compared to being a government loan.
Gotcha. I like it. So as far as like when you say low to moderate income, what is the high income? What's the income capped for that particular program?
All right. So the program is only available in certain counties, though.
Okay.
So also in certain census tracts,
Okay.
low to moderate income or minority census tracts at times where they're trying to boost up their home ownership. So it's available in certain areas, and not every county can get it. So it's not a rural type area loan. It depends, but if the house is in a more in the census tract area, low to moderate income area, they can actually qualify to get that loan if they make it the 80% of the median income cap. So like in Gwinnett County, I believe, like in Georgia, Gwinnett, Cobb, Fulton, and I believe one more.
I think you told me DeKalb.
In DeKalb, the max income is, I think, is $76,000 and a little change. Don't quote me for sure, but 76,000. So if you make 76,000 and below, you can qualify for that loan. And if you have a 650 credit score, you can also qualify for that loan. So you got to have a 650. You make it a certain amount of 80% loan, 80% of the median income, you can qualify to have a 100% conventional loan.
Nice. I like it.
Does it make sense? Does it make sense?
Yes,
if it don't make any sense, you tell me the truth, Carlton. You tell me. If it's like, I don't get it, brother, let me know.
It makes a lot of sense, Troy. I think a lot of people are going to be helped by that because, in our community, we do have sometimes credit challenges. We may have income challenges and whatnot. So if they don't have, and again, you said it's in the 4 counties. I want to make sure I reemphasize that because I live in Cobb County. So I know it's in my county. It's in DeKalb, it's in Fulton, and it's in Gwinnett County, which is pretty significant. Those are pretty significant areas in as far as Metro Atlanta is concerned. So, and you said a 650 credit score, so that's pretty good.
Pretty attainable, yeah. Because at times people when you get 100% loan, but also remember this though, too, people. When you get 100% loan, you remember the larger the loan, the less you may qualify for, because you borrowed 100% of the loan. You don't have to come to the table with any down payment, 100% of it. So some people may say, "Hey, I want to qualify for 400,000." Well, if your income doesn't qualify for the amount you're trying to actually get, then we just only can go all based on what we have, the material that we have, the income, the credit, things of that sort. Every situation is different, Carlton. And everyone need to know that every situation is different. I was on a call this morning with somebody that said, well, so-and-so said they can do X, Y, Z. Why can't I do it? Well, so-and-so didn't tell you that their situation. So-and-so didn't tell you that they have stronger credit. So-and-so didn't tell you they may have a larger down payment. So-and-so may not have told you they didn't go that direction in that type of loan product. All the times we all, as borrowers, as people that's looking around, we always go off of someone else's advice. And sometimes that advice could be wrong. Every situation is different.
I understand that. It's funny. I was just reading I bought the Psychology of Money, and the author was talking about that. Like everybody's situation is different. everybody's situation is different. Everybody's story is different. Everybody's why is different. So you really can't compare anybody else's situation to yours because you may not even know what their motivation is. You may not know, what their background is, what kind of financial literacy they have. You may not know any of those things. So let me ask you about this. Can self-employed people qualify for this 100% financing loan?
Yeah, possibly. Let me make sure I reiterate. I want to iterate this though. You cannot own any real estate at the time of closing.
Gotcha.
So you don't have to be a new home buyer. You don't have to be a first-time home buyer. As long as you don't own any type of real estate, whether it's land, doesn't matter, it's any real estate related ownership. At the time of closing, you can qualify for that loan. Doesn't matter if you're self-employed or if you're a person that got a W-2 or if you get Section 8. I mean, certainly, however you get your income, as long as it can be tracked in this eligible income, you can actually qualify to get this Pinnacle 100 product.
Gotcha.
If you fall into the guidelines of the credit, where the house is located, and it's and it has to be an actual primary home. You got to live in the home. You can't try to do it as an investment.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I think that may be it for me as far as my list of questions. And I really appreciate you. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put your contact information in the description. So if anybody has any questions, I have all of your information. It'll be right in the description for anyone to contact you. And feel free to ask Troy any questions. He's an amazing guy, great personality, great sense of humor. And I really appreciate you coming on the channel and actually sharing your knowledge with my viewers. So once again, this has been Carlton Lewis, your Atlanta real estate agent, coming to you live and direct from Atlanta, Georgia. We'll see you on the next video. And again, this is a great program and take advantage of it if you are looking. It is home buying season right now. So go ahead and let's get it done. Have a great day. Peace.